This is Hello Neighbor. We're on Xbox Series X, and the game actually is kind of interesting. So I played it back in the day on Xbox One X, and it ran really horribly, and I did not like it because of that. But now here on the Series X, it's actually running pretty fluidly and smoothly, and it's looking a lot better than it was. So we're actually inheriting the Xbox One X enhancement, so we're getting a 4K resolution at, well, basically this incredibly smooth fluidity. Yeah, I know, right? So cool. But we also have the wonderful effects of auto HDR support, which is kind of fantastic and really does add a lot to this. So this game is kind of interesting because it's one of interactivity and one of discovery, and you're trying to figure things out, and you have all of these different tools to do so. Now, I don't think that this is a really great game. I really don't think it is. I don't think it's that impressive. But I know there's a whole kind of genre of folks that really like what this has to offer. And I think that kind of makes it, it's neat, because I know the target audience really likes the sense of like trying to figure out things in this world and, doing all this different stuff. So you got this neighbor, and he's chasing you down. You're trying to figure out what exactly, what's going on with this guy. What are the secrets here? What sort of mischief is he up to? So you are kind of dealing with his traps, his hidden things as you break into his house to try to figure out what's going on. I guess you could say you're sort of a really nosy neighbor. That's for sure. You're not welcome here, but yet you keep pushing your way inwards, and that's kind of the gist of it. A different setting of time. It's kind of nice looking. So you need to figure out what exactly you're doing, work through this, and I mean, things change a little bit based on, what you figure out, the key cards and stuff you get, the places you go, and it's a game where there's a lot of really clever interactivity in it. You're really opening things, you're trying to discover stuff, there's different layerings, and it keeps getting more and more intense as you get across the different acts of the game. It starts off relatively simple, and then it continues to get just absolutely wacky, right? Oh no! Run! There's a crazy neighbor guy chasing me across the street. Why are none of the other neighbors seeing this? I miss my crowbar. That is for sure. But yeah, I don't necessarily find it to be the most exciting of experiences, but I know there is an audience for this type of thing that really loves what this game has to offer, and I think this is actually a decent way to play it now. If you were, kind of dealing with in the past and being like, this does not run well, yeah, now it does actually run decently, and I think that is kind of a cool thing to think about, is the fact that it is performing quite well and actually looking pretty visually detailed. At least I think so. And then the auto HDR is a nice little sort of touch as well, just in terms of making everything a little bit more smooth, a little bit more intense. Give me my crowbar. Oh, jeez. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't find it that interesting because it just seems so insanely nonsensical to me. You're just doing all this, like, really stupid stuff, and you're kind of moving through it, and that's really all the game is. But I don't really feel that there's a lot of sort of back and forth of you being able to properly make your way through things, and you're constantly getting attacked, and it's like, I just want to sort of discover and sort of see what this has to offer. Like, he just kind of always seems to know exactly where you are, if you get what I mean. Like, he's always on the know. Whoa, that was a fast moving car. But he's always in the know, right? He's just constantly like, oh, I know where you are and stuff, and it just doesn't feel like there's much like stealth to it. I know in the sense that I'm just kind of running through here randomly. I'm not playing this properly. I totally get that. I understand that element to it. You gotta actually be kind of smart and move through it and stuff, and it's fun that he's chasing you. But yeah, I didn't think that there was a good enough balance between the two in this one. And I know there's definitely, when I first checked this one out, there's a lot of people kind of complaining about stuff. But I just like, if there would have been more of a balance where it's more understanding of what you're doing stealth-wise. Like, he's just right there. Unbelievable. Oh, scary. He's gonna find me. Did he just throw a tomato at me. That hurts my feelings. But I think this is a lot better of a way to play the game now, is to see it like this. Oh, just shaking your head. Why don't these guys just talk to each other? Well, I guess he wouldn't, as a neighbor, he wouldn't really tell you things, right? He'd keep it quiet. Then again, I don't think he'd be so... Well, this just looks comical. I mean, you think the other people would be like, oh, it's a little bit weird that he's got this crazy house going on here. You know, you think that would be a thing. I mean, he has every right to be mad, too. I'm literally smashing his window, throwing boxes at him. Just a bad neighbor. Should call this bad neighbor. And I know there's been all these spin-offs, and, you know, the series is actually kind of, well, it's become a series, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, I am actually looking forward to what they're doing next with it, because they're supposed to be doing some sort of, like, Hello Neighbor 2, I guess, or something along those lines. And I think, wow, that chair went flying. The guy's got a crazy kick. I think there actually is a lot of potential for them to do some interesting things with it. You know, that's the big thing, is I think this is actually right for them to do some fun stealth type things and have some surprises. I just think they need to, you know, really just make it more, like, I guess accessible is the thing, and maybe clean up a lot of the stealth challenges and stuff like that too. Okay, where'd he go? And then you got this, like, water thing here. You know, there's just, like, a lot of weird stuff going on in this one. That's cool. And a lot of surprises, again, as you try to figure out across the different acts, the different challenges, the different things you need to accomplish in order to get the job done. And I think the interactivity is kind of surprising. That's the biggest thing that I thought was actually kind of cool from an outside perspective, was the fact that you can, like, really interact with so many different parts of the environment. I think that's kind of fun. Did I die doing that? Oh. Did he catch me midair doing that? I don't understand. That kind of bothered me a little bit. Hello, neighbor. No? I think I got the cool train cars. Yeah, it was kind of fun figuring things out. It was just like the constant annoyances of the neighbor. There's kind of like, I want to be more free to take a look at things without feeling like I'm constantly being, you know, followed and stuff. Yeah, I just want to explore, because it just seemed like he always knew as soon as you entered the house, like, exactly where you are and exactly what you were doing right at any given moment. So there really wasn't that. You're not given more than like 2 seconds of exploration before he's just like on your case, bothering you. And I know, like any neighbor, if you were, well, I don't know why you would feel the need to patrol his house, but I guess the fact that I've broken in there so many times means that he would actually need to be a little bit more kind of careful, I suppose, of protecting his house. Interesting. Where was that from? Oh, shit. That actually got me there. But yeah, you know, the jump scares and stuff. I think the target audience kind of likes that. But anyways, that's kind of the showcase of this one. I just wanted to do a quick kind of presentation on it, because I remember it just not performing well, and now it actually does kind of run smoothly in fluidity, and the fluidity is high, and the resolution looks clean. And it's just that extra Series X overhead that does actually make this a much better presentation, and I look forward to, I guess, showcasing the next take on this one in the series when they do that. But I think there's spin-offs as well, so we'll see if we want to jump into those too.